Edward Leos. Welcome to Travel Talk, filmed at the Peachtree Rose Marketing Studios and hosted by the hotel guide publisher, Edward Leos.
Good morning, everybody. Edward Leos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and your host of Travel Talk. Really excited about today's episode. This is our first episode of 2026, and I've got the special opportunity of having my amazing wife, Roxann, interview me again. This is actually, it'll be our third time doing a podcast. The very first time we did it, she was a little bit nervous about it, but since then, she's like, hey, when are we going to do the next one? And so we figured, hey, let's start the year off right, and let's have her interview me and ask questions about what's coming up with the hotel guide, what's been good, and where we're going. But Roxann, great to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited about this new year and what's to come and all the new possibilities.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of them. We're pretty excited about the hotel guide. We're going into our 33rd year. And man, I jokingly tell people, yep, I started this when I was 10 years old. But obviously that's not the case. But it is a passion of mine and something that I'm proud of, the fact that we've been able to be in business for 33 years, weather a lot of storms, ups and downs, but to be able to still be standing is always a cool thing. So I'm going to reverse this ship and give you the mic so you can ask the questions, and we'll just kind of free flow from there and see what goodness and good nuggets we can impart to everybody.
Awesome. I'm ready. Well, so one of the questions is, what's on tap for this year for the hotel guide and like your Travel Talk podcast? What do you have lined up that we can look forward to seeing?
You're going to see more of what we did last year, even better. Our podcast, what I love about Travel Talk podcast is that we are now getting people reaching out to me about being on the show, which is the coolest thing ever. We're almost up to 120 episodes. We've got different groups that are reaching out and saying, hey, we want to pitch you this client or this client. And everybody who's been a guest has actually loved the experience. I think one of the formulas for success for Travel Talk has been that it's a 15 minutes or so snippet. We just want to give our guests enough to know about the property, the business, or the person that they want to learn more. We don't want to give you the whole enchilada, but just enough for them to tease it and kind of get you going from there. So you're going to see more of that going into 2026. We got some great guests already on tap. One of our big ones that's going to be coming up following this episode is Scott Eddy, one of the just an amazing marketer and a hospitality genius. And he just happens to be on our board of advisors as well. So we've got some good things happening there. You're going to see Travel Talk expand. I think one of the big things you're going to see with the hotel guide going into 26 also is alignment. You're going to see us align with some organizations that are national and international. So you'll see that happening, which is really cool. And the third thing that you're going to see is probably getting us a little bit more active in the world. What do I mean by that? We're talking about being able to go to some of the top travel conventions and shows and actually taking Travel Talk on the road, taking the hotel guide on the road, where we're going to be able to go interview guests on site where they are. And so I'm really excited about that opportunity in 26, just to really get us out there a little bit more instead of just us being here in San Antonio and kind of working everything from here. So I'm excited about that aspect too.
Yeah, I really love that. The fact that you could go to different locations and interview people. I know we've talked about that a little bit, but you did mention Scott Eddy and that he's on your board of advisors. So let's talk a little bit about your 2026 board of advisors.
So about a year and a half ago, I came up with this idea of having a board of advisors. Why did I never do that in 30 plus years? I have no idea. But I had 6 of the best people. I went and asked 6 people to be on my board of advisors, totally volunteer. But these are leaders in the hospitality industry in their own fields. And so I asked 6 people, And ironically, all 6 said yes. So I'm a baseball player, so that's batting 1,000. I actually love those averages. The cool thing about that is every one of those, my board of advisors was at one point a guest on Travel Talk.
Mm.
So that's just really cool to know that the relationship started with the podcast, and they loved what we're doing so much that they said, hey, we'll definitely be a part of this. And the cool thing about that, all of them are coming back for 2026. So that's the good news. The even better news is I'm adding 3 new power hitters to the mix. So we're going to be up to 9 board of advisors, but I'm bringing on Denise Dorbeck, who is the CEO and founder of Regulus Collective, just a powerhouse. She was on my podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Asher, a really good friend of mine who owns Rugged Compass and Humanitarian Newsfeed. So there's a giving back aspect of travel through him. And I'm really excited about having Adam on the show, not only the show, but on the board of advisors. And then the last one is Michael Cohen, just a stalwart when it comes to hospitality at all levels. He is the managing partner of Gain Advisors. And so I'm really excited about that and what we're going to be doing with those 3. So the board is just getting bigger. It's getting better, but I'm not adding quantity just to have quantity. These are quality people. So I think we're going to be capped out at where we are at 9. I think it's a nice round number, but we've got people who believe in us and what we're doing. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for you guys too, to see what you guys do with the hotel guide in this upcoming year. So do you have any bucket list travel destinations this year for 2026 that are on your list that you might try to sneak away to?
Well, I'm not going to be able to really sneak away because you're going to want to go with me. So you're basically telling me like, where do you want us to go? Which is great.
Sure.
So this is this is a banner year. So it's year 33 of the hotel guide, and it's going to be year 55 of Edward Leos, the publisher. So these are some significant numbers. And travel is just really at the heart of us, but it's also at the heart of our magazine. So, we're really focused on those things. One of my goals is to get to New York for a lot of reasons. But I'd like to get to New York. 1, you've never been there, but 2, I have a passion for the New York Yankees, and that's definitely one of the things that I would like to do and go from there. But New York's on my bucket list for sure. I'd like to try and make it. I think we talked about we're big into hiking and stuff like that. So even like maybe up in Northern California, even Oregon, something like that. Probably someplace different. And I think too we're sticking in the continental United States as of right now. But one thing from a bucket list, I'd actually like to do a cruise, whether it's a river cruise or something like on a bigger type ship. We have cruising now in our magazine. We've got some good relationships with some of the companies there as well. And we're seeing some of the cool things that are happening on cruising as well. And so I think by the end of the year, we might be able to take our first cruise and kind of experience that for the magazine as well as for each other as well.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to some blue water, some blue skies. Love it. Now, what do you see happening or maybe changing in travel this upcoming year?
Excuse me. Travel is evolving. Last year we talked about how important experiential travel is. I think personalization is huge. I think the guests are going to want to have that personalization and customization prior to getting there. I think one of the big things too is people just want to be seen and be valued. And so what does that mean? It doesn't have to always be the cheapest rate that gets people. They want to have an emotional connection to wherever they go. People will pay premium price for the experience that comes with it and for the value that comes with it as well. And so I think you're going to see that raise up even more in 2026. The properties, the resorts, the destinations that do that right, that have that ability to connect people, is not only where you create brand ambassadors, but it's also going to be the opportunity for you to just have an amazing experience. I go back to last year when I got to go to the Bahamas. I mean, that was just the customer service from the very beginning of the staff to just the belief of everything that's going on in that property was just amazing. And so you see luxury properties are doing it a certain way, but just because it says luxury doesn't mean it's always right. So the people got to be right. The emotional connection has to be there
Yeah.
for the guest, and going from there. But there's just a lot of fantastic things that are going to be happening in 2026. But it's that emotional connection that is going to be the key to seeing how guests really respond to a property.
Yeah. Do you think that there are going to be any trends, or maybe you see some trends that are really taking off right now, that are really hot, that a lot of people might be trying? Or do you see any trends that just miss the mark completely?
Well, I think you're seeing AI is becoming a big part of travel.
Hmm.
I think people are looking at AI to not only help them, collate and curate something for their travel journey, but also from the business side of things, from the hotels and resorts, they're trying to implement that on their side as well. The cool thing is the properties, the destinations that do it right are going to combine the personalization with AI, and they're going to use it right. So it's not
Yeah.
going to be, hey, we're going straight all to AI, and there's not going to
Yeah.
be any human interaction.
Hmm.
Um, and so I think that's one of the big trends that you're seeing. And again, it goes back to personalization and feeling valued at when you go to a property, but also what's that experience, that emotion that you're getting from it. A lot of
Right.
those times you just go into a property and just kind of, hey, this is the best property, or that's cool, but not anymore. Now people want to know, what did you feel? How was the staff? How was it from A to B?
Hmm.
When we were in Aquilina Resort, we talked about it all the time. You walk in there and they gave us
Hmm.
a glass of champagne when we're checking in.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen at every place. But to this day, years later, we're still talking about that experience as a hallmark for luxury travel. And so people start to expect those things because it can easily be done. And I think one of the
Right.
big things too with hotels, front desk, and staff is just recognizing the guest in how they are there, knowing their name, even if you're just saying
Yeah.
hello, just simple things like that are going to be huge going into 2026.
Yeah, I agree. I know in the line of work that I do, whenever a customer or a guest walks in, you get up from behind your desk and you greet them. That is definitely important. And just knowing their name and who they are, it really just takes it to a different level. It's more of a personalization, like you said, just you know who they are, you know what's going on. I do remember we went for a trip for my birthday and we went to Tucson, and it was Omni, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The resort that's there in Tucson. And it was my birthday, so I didn't expect anything. And I think we had went out for the day. And when we got back to the room, they had a little card. She decorated it, the girl from the front
Yep.
desk, and wrote a little special note. And I think it was chocolate covered strawberries or something like that. But and I still have that little card
Mhm.
to this day in one of my books that I took with me on that trip. I just came across it the other day, and of definitely just the small little
Yeah.
detail is such a big thing.
It really is. And I think those little details are what separates the hotel guide from other opportunities out there in media companies. And,
Mhm.
we've been doing this for a long time. And so we evolve. And I
Yeah.
think the fact that we're a digital media brand helps us. I think we've got some strong leaders, you being part of the team, and then the advisors that we have now. We have a winning formula for year 33 that a lot of the seeds we've planted are going to start coming to fruition. But we're becoming an industry leader. And what do
Hmm.
I mean by that? People are starting to look at the hotel guide, not just for, hey, the collective of what we do for the guests,
Hmm.
but also what we do for the properties, for the destinations
Yeah.
that we market. We're really about the partnering side of things, and we're a marketing and branding arm of them, and that's how we
Hmm.
treat them, as opposed to, hey, you're just a paid advertiser type of thing. So I see big things for the hotel guide for this year, and a lot of it has to do with some of the trends that are going on in the world when it comes to travel. But we're going to be very specific on focusing on luxury,
Hmm.
boutique travel, and those type of brands. And so you're going to see a more pinpointed focus going into this year, starting with a new brand new designed look of our magazine. So I'm really excited about that, working on that now. And our first edition will come out, at the end of the month, but it's going to be good. It's going to be fresh and some exciting things. So pretty excited about that. So we got a few minutes left. You got any other last questions? I don't know what the questions are. I just been told to show up and be the talent and answer these questions. So
I really don't have any other questions. I mean, I'm really excited about where the hotel guide is going for this year, all the things that you have lined up, and I'm just really excited to see where you go from here. It is ever evolving and growing, and I really love the people that you are connected with, and their help, and I really do enjoy boutique hotels. Like I love them. I really do. So I would just encourage people, like anyone who has like a boutique hotel that, would like to be a part of the hotel guide or maybe do, a podcast, to reach out to you and let you know.
that was a pretty good pitch. I didn't have to pay you to do that. So that was really good.
Free
But
advertising.
no, it's really good. No, I thank you for not only being on the show, but also kind of being the host for this one. And I love when we have that role reversal. It's, when you've done 115 plus episodes and you're the host coming up with the questions and the banter and all that. It's a lot different when you're being asked the questions. But I do love it because I love talking about the magazine and what we're doing. And I'm excited about 26 and where we're going. But again, thank you for being on the show today, Roxann. It's been an absolute pleasure as always.
Of course. Thank you.
Well, cool. Hey, to all of our listeners and readers out there, you know the drill. Follow us at thehotelguide.com. Subscribe to our email list. And then also subscribe to our podcast on Spotify as well. Share it, comment. Let's get the word out there about travel and what we're doing. We're going to have some exciting things going on in 2026. We'd love for you to be a part of it. And if we can ever do anything to make this better, just put some comments in the feed and we'll work hard to do that. But until next time, travel, make memories, and we'll talk soon. Take care, everybody.